Chit Chat with Miss J. Come on and join me. And let's talk about your love, your life, your happiness, and everything in between. Get into it. Get into it.
Hey. Thank you for joining Chit Chat with Miss J. Welcome in. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Tish Customs. How are you?
Hey. So you said this is Tish Customs, which is your brand, right?
Yes.
So tell the people what it is that you do, what makes you, you know? I want to know.
Okay. I'm so very creative. I started off working with my hands, so I was doing hair. Now I'm into like making bracelets, earrings, waist beads, doing furniture, lamps, making perfume stands. I just like to create.
Okay, so you're creative, you work with your hands. So pretty much you are handmade jewelry specialist. That's what you do.
Right.
You make jewelry, you make body jewelry. Which
Right.
is great. I love it. I love body jewelry. I also seen some of your things you do in the house, which would make you a really good interior designer as well. I love your pieces. Like you gotta put some of them on the screen sometimes and show us what you do.
Okay.
But this is Chit Chat with Miss J. And it took us a little while to get here today, but we're here.
So computer illiterate on my end. I'll admit.
we here. So since you don't have a personal topic of your own right now, I got something I want to talk about. So okay. You know what? I met somebody, and for me, it was going fine. But the minute I was putting out my boundaries, making it known that it was certain things that I wanted and certain things I didn't want, then it became a problem. And he actually told me I sounded like I was being heartless. So why is it that men feel like when we set our standards, we set our boundaries, and we say that, no, we don't want to accept that? Or we're like, okay, well, we just going to live life according to day by day. That offends them in some way. Like, why do you think that that's the case? Like, I'm so confused at why men is just so caught up in themselves, really, a lot.
Well, actually, I feel as though a lot of men who have now tried to change their lives around and try to dedicate themselves to God is misconstrued about that one word, submissive. Now, myself, I can be submissive in my relationship, but understand, you cannot tell me what to do if you can't tell me what to do. Nobody said it better than Jill Scott. Because if you're going to be the man of my household, you need to be the man of everything. So you're going to be able to pay my bills. Exactly. You're going to be able to take care of me. You're going to be able to take care of the kids. And that's what I did. I've been doing all of those things. And then they get mad because you're too masculine. Well, I had to be that way because I had to make sure my household was taken care of. And I did it alone.
Understood.
So when a man come in, you have to pick up all of my roles in order to be able to tell me what to do.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Like, you have to be able to understand that you want a certain caliber of woman, but you don't want to be that certain caliber of man to the woman that you say you want, right? So it's okay for you to be like, you're just too masculine for me, but it's not okay for you to come in and be the man that you're supposed to be for me to be that submissive woman. It's offensive to you for us to say, well, yeah, we good. I'd be good if you don't choose to stick around because that's what I do. I do things on my own. I get it. All right. So sorry about that, guys. We are back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back. So, Auntie, where were we? We gotta get back into it. We were talking about guys and why they feel like they just got to be so defensive when we set our boundaries. They don't want to accept that. Like, how do you feel about that?
They want us to follow their rules. They want us to be in their guidelines. They want us to be beauty queens. They want us to be mothers. They want us to be all of these things, but we ask for loyalty, faithfulness, the basic things.
Right.
And they can't even handle that.
They
But
can't.
when you sit there and you be in your boundaries and you tell them, look, well, I'm not going to accept this any longer, it's a struggle for them.
Right.
A lot of these guys, for one, been pacified as children by their moms.
Yeah, that's
They've
one
been
of the reasons
raised
why
by
I don't want to be a boy mom.
Exactly. They've been raised by single moms. So a lot of them have so many female tendencies and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
They don't even realize that the prize are the women. Yes, they are prize too, but the prize are the women.
Right. And so what makes you say that the women are the prizes if the men should maintain the home? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Because for one, most of them don't. Most of them can't.
That's very true.
Nowadays, most women are coming in 6 figures.
Yeah.
Whereas though the guys
nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. They're coming in 5 figures maybe. And when they are, it's the low 5 figures. But at the same time, they want to be the head of the household.
Yeah. A lot of times men have that thing going for them where they gotta be the head of the household, where they gotta be the man or at 100% of the time. And don't get me wrong, I'm okay with being the woman, being feminine.
I love being the woman.
Being in my femininity. Like I love that. Like that's the one thing that we can say that we have that men don't. Like we get to be our feminine selves. We get to be in touch with our emotions. The problem is that when we are constantly being hurt and mistreated and forced to have that masculine energy by raising the kids, taking care of the home, getting a full-time job just to pay the bills, you know, it's hard to release ourselves from that energy because we've maintained it for so long. So when the man comes along and try to take it away or try to take over, you know, they have to then have some patience to understand that this woman has been in this role for such a long time. How can I help her be her feminine self?
Exactly.
And which in turn would help them be their best masculine self. But men don't want to understand that. You feel me? Like they just want to be who they are and have it be accepted as that.
And most of them are controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, I'm not bashing men because I love men. I love them.
Got to though.
You know, and I want to be, like you said, that feminine. I want to be the woman. I want to be the mother. I want to be your woman, your wife. I don't want to have to run around and do all of the masculine things. And then when I come into the home, then my role switch. No, let me be her all the time.
Right.
Let me be she.
Let me be who I am so you can be who you are.
Exactly. It's like they misunderstand the qualities that they need to have in themselves. But they definitely understand the qualities that they want us to have.
Yeah.
And when you
that's the problem. They know what they want us to have, but they don't want to accept what we want from them.
Exactly.
Like it's too much to understand what we want from them. But we should automatically understand what they need and want from us. Like it's a double standard in the way that they want things, they want the cake and be able to eat it too. And just like on the last session, it's like, you know, of course, if you have cake, you won't want to eat it. So don't offer me no cake if you don't want me to eat it. Because if you offer it cake, you know, don't even invite me to the party if I can't have the cake. I like cake. Like, so don't have your cake and then don't try to give me none. You're not about to sit here and chew on your cake in front of me. And I'm just like, yeah, that cake do look good. I wish I had a bite. No.
Right.
Like where they do that at. But before we go to the next topic, you were saying off screen that you didn't say all of your business appropriations and you had some other stuff that you needed promoted. I want to get that out just to make sure that we are promoting you to the full potential that
Capacity.
you have. So
Right.
tell us the rest of your business.
Well, also, I make t-shirts and women empowerment t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I also am able to make t-shirts that people would wear with, their photographs on there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people use it, sadly to say, for funerals and things of that nature, but they also could be used for family reunions.
Mm-hmm.
The goat of the family face could be on the shirt, and then the family name and tags and things of that nature.
Right.
So I just was trying to get out there, that I'm here.
Yeah. So for y'all that don't know, Tish is my auntie, and that's her business. And so support her. It is what it is. If you need something, go out there and support, because just like
Absolutely.
she's supporting me by being here with me, and this is where it starts. Your support system starts from those who are closest
networking throughout your family, your loved ones.
Exactly. And her support is uninhibited, guys. So support her, she'll support you. Don't even fret about it. She got your back and I got hers. So do your thing. Do your thing. But like the word ego, auntie, let's get back into these guys. Like the word ego is a trigger word for men. Like, have you ever had a conversation with a man and you be like, see, it's your ego that got you tripping, like, and they be like, my ego? Like, it's almost like that word don't exist to them, when in reality, it's all it is. Like, that's all you got going is your ego. Like, you so egotistical that you can't even see that what you doing is harming somebody else's feelings, emotions. And I had asked the question on the last podcast that I had other people on, like, why is it that men will put us in a position to have to act out emotionally when the first thing that come out their mouth is women are emotional?
Right.
If you know that,
right,
why do you put us in a position to have to be emotional? Like, protect my emotions, protect my heart, because I'm giving that to you. I'm trusting that for you, and you just refuse to treat it with care, the kind of care that it deserves, that I deserve. And that just goes back to what we were saying earlier. It's okay for them to put out there in the universe what they deserve, but what we deserve almost becomes unavailable. Right. It almost becomes like a fabric of our imagination. Like we just shouldn't even be thinking that we should have boundaries. How dare we?
Right. And then when we share our boundaries, they can't appreciate those either. When we share our boundaries, they cannot accept them. And then they put up, they start acting really passive aggressive about you having your boundaries.
Speaking of passive aggressive, let's talk about this message, right? So you know what? I deleted it. But anyway, the guy I was telling him, like, I want a baby at this point. I don't want a relationship. I don't want like, I'm okay if you and I are having sex to get pregnant and you just decide that you don't even want to be a part of this baby's life. I can go ahead and have you sign over your rights and you can go ahead, because that's what I want. I don't want a relationship. But to him, it was like, oh, you're being heartless and you're being cold. But it's okay for y'all to just be like, oh yeah, I'ma just fake lie to her and tell her I care about her, have sex with her, get her pregnant, and then still walk away. It's okay for y'all to do that. But it's not okay for me to say up front that that's all I want is a baby. I don't want love. I don't, my heart is in a place right now.
So guarded right now. It's so guarded. And
it is.
And you hate to even let your guard down, because just for it to get torn down again,
every single time, And so, and like I was explaining to someone else, it's not that my heart is closed. I'm open to love, but I know for a fact that right now that I'm not willing to love back. I'm not willing. If you're willing to deal with all of my pain and work with me through my pain, then obviously something can come of that. But if every time I'm telling you that, if I'm telling you like straight up, if you say, yeah, I hear you, that means you don't believe me. That's the first trigger word to a woman when she, like, one thing about a woman, we know those trigger words, especially when we've been through some things. So if you're saying, yeah, I hear you, that just means you don't believe me. And if I'm telling you that I'm not having sex with a lot of people and you saying I hear you, in my mind, that's a trigger. You hear me, so that means that you don't believe me, which means you can go out here and sleep with anybody you want to because you already think I'm out here doing me, even
Right.
though I told you straight up that I wasn't. Right?
Right. It's like, I mean, it just because we're not in a committed relationship, we're not putting titles on it, does not mean that I'm going to go out here and sleep with this person and that person and that person. I'm still committed to you in a sense, but we just don't have any labels or titles.
Exactly. And that's the crazy part about it. So, what do you think the difference between being a submissive woman and being an obedient woman is? Because it's a difference between the two.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, being submissive doesn't mean, oh, when he come in, I gotta wet his feet, I gotta wash his feet, I gotta make sure no, that means that when you are in a relationship with someone, you and this person that y'all came together as one, you are the head of the household. So before we make any major decisions for our household, I'm going to come to you and we're going to discuss and find out what's the best option for our family. It's not going to just be me to jump the gun and just go and do whatever I choose to do. So it's boundaries to being submissive also. Yeah. It's not just like, oh, he's just going to tell me what to do and I got to do everything he tell me to do. And,
see, that's
and I
being obedient.
on the table at a certain time and all this and that. No, that's being obedient slaves. And that's not here anymore.
Yeah.
They've been gone long time ago.
Yep, which is why if you notice a lot of marriages that take place these days, when you say your vows, a lot of people don't even say that anymore, to obey, because realistically, when you get married, it's not a slave master relationship. It's supposed to be a partnership, in which case it's not like, you don't even have to fully love someone to be a partner to them. And in that relation, most marriages work because of the partnership, not because of the love. And that's where a lot of marriages fail, because one person is trying to be the leader of the entire thing instead of being a partner with their spouse. And we misconstrue that so many ways. But yeah, like it's a lot to take in when you trying to be your best self and you constantly keep getting tore down by the opposite sex. Even in the world of social media, women are so underrated. It's like, how many of y'all, oh yeah, y'all real cute, but how many of y'all can cook? Oh yeah, y'all real cute, but how many niggas you slept with? Like when I posted, I had made a Facebook post and it was like, if I turn 37 and I'm not pregnant, I don't want no kids. I can't imagine, one person actually said it, but I can't imagine how many guys out there was thinking in their mind how many children she aborted. And on top of that, spelled it wrong. I called them out. It is what it is. But is that any of your business, right? It's not none of your business, but you looking for a way to tear me down before you even know me. Which case, anybody who ever known me know that any of my situations, it had nothing to do with me choosing for myself which way that situation was going to turn. It was strictly an act of the universe. You feel me? Like, so the fact that you brought that up, like you just making it like, oh, women just automatically, if they that age, it's a problem with them. If they that age and don't have kids, something going on with them. It's got to be you. It's got to be you. It couldn't be the fact that I just respect myself enough to not go out here and sleep with everybody and be a baby mama to everybody and be this person that makes me feel like I'm less than.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter that I see myself as highly rated. It only matters to you that I'm about to be a 37-year-old with no kids and you're ready to try to find your way around making me out to be the worst female there is. I obviously don't have kids because I don't want them or I couldn't have them at those times in my life. So what makes you feel like it's okay for you to say, well, how many kids did you abort if you're 36 with no kids? Like, that's so disrespectful and hurtful. Like, why would you say that?
Also,
But
it's
again,
your personal business if you did or you didn't, because our bodies are our temples. It doesn't matter what you believe that I should or shouldn't do with my body. Maybe I
exactly.
did have one, but is that your business that I had one? So
Hmm.
just because I had one then at that time in my life where maybe I couldn't raise a child and I
Right.
wanted to give my child the best life. So now I want my child because I have better and I can do better by my child, then
Hmm.
that's my choice.
Exactly. That's your choice, and that's what the reality of it is that our choices are being taken away because these guys these days now they trying to bring back tradition in a way that now they have to have feminine women. Although women are out here these days doing it for themselves, we work for ourselves. Most of us take care of the guys we with without any
Absolutely.
issue. But we out here going to work every day, struggling, doing us, and you either on the couch or out with your homeboys all the time, not bringing in no money, just coming home to my money, but still have the audacity to say, you're not woman enough for me. You're
Absolutely.
not feminine enough for me. You argue too
And
much,
find any one of your flaws to bring you down.
but refuse to
Any
take
one of your flaws.
responsibility for their flaws.
Absolutely.
All
Like
right,
I
so
like
we
my,
running
like
down on 10 minutes. So before we wrap it up, I want to promote someone else. She is a good, really close friend. I call her my sis. Her name is Latanya. She has a business. Her website is entreprosister.com. She makes memorial cloths for like the caskets. Like she make casket cloths, and she personalized them. She put a whole lot of love and care in it. I wish I had some photos, but you can go onto her website entreprosister.com and look at some of her things. She made t-shirts for a while too. But yeah, like she's a really, 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 really awesome person as well. Go out and support her if you're planning a funeral or you need anything done in that way. She'll be happy to help you. Her name is Latanya again, and her website is entreprosister.com. So make sure you check that out when you get a chance. It'll be worth it. I think a lot of people lose that personal touch, and she's bringing it back when it comes to the actual love and care you put into giving someone what they deserve as they pass on into the next life. But to end in this, we have a few minutes left, but let's just go on. I want to go, how do you handle the truth? Because I get so sick and tired of people saying I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't think you can handle it. Why is it your position to assume what I can and cannot handle? That's
that's
for
a
men
whole
and
lot of
women.
people's problem. Right. That's a whole lot of people's problems.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because my pet peeve, lying, cheating, and stealing. Please don't do those to me. Even with my
Mm-hmm.
kids, I tell them,
Yeah.
don't lie to me. How can I have your back when I don't know what I'm walking into?
Right.
Because you done lied to me also. So I'm
Right.
sitting there looking like a fool, looking like in my face because you
Like a
decided to tell
butthole.
me a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Why lie in someone's face and you sit there? I'm telling you, you sit there and you just look with a straight face, no care, just
Mm-hmm.
stare and just lie. Knowing you hurting this person. A
Yeah.
lie will hurt me more than the truth.
Yeah, and I
I'd
always say
rather
that.
hear the truth because guess what? You tell me the truth and I can let you know whether or not I can
I
accept
can
it.
handle it or not. Exactly. That's what I
If I
say.
can't accept it, I'll let you know and then we can go our separate ways. But why waste
Exactly.
my time and yours?
Yeah. So
Because that's what
assuming
you're
the
doing
fact
when you
that
constantly telling lies. You got to tell that one lie, then you got to tell another lie, to get another lie, and another lie. At the end, the relationship was a whole daggone lie. Because that's
exactly.
all you
That's all you
constantly put
did was
out.
lie about it. And assuming the whole time that you lied because you can't handle the truth. How is that fair to me? Give
You
me
ain't
the
giving me an
option to choose what
opportunity
I
or
want for my
chance.
life. Right. Give me the option
Exactly.
to choose what I want for my life. Don't assume that you know how I'm going to react and you don't put yourself out there to let me know, to give me the choice to say, Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Oh, okay, I can handle that. Oh, okay, we can work through that. Or, oh, okay, that's too much. I can't handle this.
Exactly.
We're not going to move forward with this. Give me my choices. Give me my options. But that all goes back to coming to the fact that guys assume that what they want is more important than what we want, although we are the builders. Like on the last podcast I had with others on there, my guest Mike, he said that men are out of their nature when they're marrying people, but God created one woman for one man in the beginning, right? He created Eve for Adam. In fact, He created Eve from Adam's rib.
Absolutely.
So that was his one person. And there wasn't no other women there to be there to tempt him. And all the children that came after that came from them.
Mm-hmm.
Which means in one way or another, we're all sleeping with someone we're related to. Because if we go back to the very beginning of time, there were only two people, one male, one female.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, everything else that was flourishing around them. So why is it out of your nature to be with one woman when God created the world that way? When he thought of creating a world full of human beings, he created two people to reproduce and make life.
Yeah.
But we look past that. We situational when it comes to understanding that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got about 4 minutes left. So anything else you want to put out there in the atmosphere, Auntie?
Yes, I would like to put out there that nowadays life is too short.
It is.
You here one day, you gone the next. Your loved ones, love on them now while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Do unto them as you want them to do unto you.
Yeah.
You never know if they walk out the door, the last thing you said to them was it hurtful.
Something hurtful. Exactly.
Even yourself, that will tear you down for the rest of your life, because that's going to always be that thought in your head.
Yeah.
What could I have done to change that situation?
Right.
So now that you have the chance and the opportunity, this girl that you playing with her feelings, just let her go.
Yeah.
This guy out here that you playing with his feelings, because you know he's a sugar daddy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go.
Yep.
Because in the long run, karma.
That's the son of a B. It's the son of a something, okay?
And when they come back on you, believe me, there ain't nothing like karma. They say nothing like a woman scorned. Ain't nothing like karma, because when you get that back, I done been young before, and I done been through a lot of scenarios in my life. And karma is one that I never want to face again.
Yep. And
never want to face her again.
Right, because she's a bad bitch.
Yes, she is.
One thing I wanted to say before I close it out, but yeah, you hit the nail right on the head with that one. And with that comes accountability. Like, if just like you said, leave that woman alone if that's not what you want. Women, also take accountability for your part. If you feel like you're doing nothing wrong in that relationship to make you feel like it failed, but you feel hurt on the inside, it's because you already had the intuition to leave way before you got to that point. So take some accountability in the fact that it was your choice in the beginning to make, and we ignored those red flags and we kept moving with them
all the time.
We kept going with it, and we kept on hurting. We hurt ourselves in that process because we loved, because we opened ourselves up, and we was afraid to close that door because it's so hard to close it. But when you wait years down the line to close that door, now here you are.
It's even harder.
Exactly. Now here you are.
The longer you hold on to the nonsense, the harder it is to let it go.
Exactly. 100%. I agree with you 100%. But y'all go ahead on and make sure y'all checking on my auntie and her business. You can reach her on Instagram at
Tish Customs,
or you can reach her by you can send her a DM, and she'll give you her personal contact information so you can get that. You can also, again, reach LaTanya and her business. She also offers other services. Just go onto her website, entreprosister.com, and check her out as well. We had a hard time getting on here today, y'all. But we did it. We made it, and we came out on the other side. And I love you, Auntie, for coming on.
I love you really, really hard always.
No,
You
I
know
love
that.
you so hard, Auntie. You know it. I'm about to heat up some of those pig's feet. Yes,
Absolutely.
I
I'm
eat
gonna go
those
cook
things.
mine.
Yes. So don't judge me, y'all. But thank you so much, Auntie, for joining me on Chit Chat with Miss J.
I'm excited to be here. I love it. Thank you.
And I'm going to have you again.
Right.
Once you are on it, you always have an open invitation. So whenever you're ready, we film on Saturdays. Obviously, today is Sunday, but that's because we had a long day yesterday. We ain't going to talk about that. But on Saturdays, we film full versions of Chit Chat with Miss J, and we are less than 1 minute. So thank you for coming and joining me and watching and loving and being here for me. I love you, and I love y'all. Thank you for joining Chit Chat with Miss J. Y'all have a good day. Mwah!
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, Auntie, let them know. Let them know. I love y'all.
Love you.